What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another product spotlight video. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Mackie Thump 15 V4s. You can see that I'm at an event already and I've got them set up right here on two stands. And we've also got the SV4, which is the subwoofer. These guys have some great mids and great lows. And I know you guys are already wondering, what about the specs on the actual speakers? Look, for all you spec junkies, here you go. Press pause and take a look. All right, are you satisfied? Good. Now, this is what we're going to talk about today. We want to talk about who are these speakers for. Well, in general, these speakers are usually for people who you would say would be a beginner DJ, but I don't say that. I would say this is for the DJ who has a certain amount of people. Tonight's event is going to be about 75 to 100 people, so I expect these speakers to really fill up this area and give it a good sound. So if you're looking for a great set of speakers to handle up to 75 to 100 people, I think this may be a great option for you. Now, the good folks at Mackie were kind enough to go ahead and send me out a pair of these and the subwoofer to test out. So let's check the back of them. On screen right now, you should see that the back panel has several options for you to pick predetermined modes such as flat, DJ, outdoor, and etc. Also, it has two XLR inputs that allow you to be able to connect in two XLR sources, one being from your mixer, one being from your actual controller, and then it has an output that goes out to a different source, whether it be your subwoofer or another speaker. These speakers are also Bluetooth in, so you can Bluetooth a device such as your iPhone or your iPad directly into these guys and play music between both of them. They also have a great feature which allows you to be able to cancel out feedback noise from microphones. So all that walking in front, hearing that screeching noise, that should take care of most of that, maybe not all of it, because it doesn't reduce it completely. Now, as far as the subwoofer, it has an A and B slot on there as well, two inputs and two outputs to go out to speakers. So today we've pretty much run our controller into the subwoofer, and then out from the output from the subwoofer goes out to both of the Mackie Thump 15 V4s. Now, I've had these speakers here for a little while, and I can tell you that they have a decent amount of sound. They don't have a lot of highs to them, but they do get the job done in the mids and the lows. The subwoofer is pretty good, but don't believe the hype on all the specs on the subwoofer. It says that each one of these speakers can get up to 1400 watts. I doubt that. I'm not ready to co-sign on that in particular, because when I turn these speakers up, they tend to clip a pretty good amount. Now, that could be because I'm not running it through an external mixer, and that may help solve that problem. But right out of the controller, it is really easy to clip these particular speakers, and that goes for the subwoofer and the speakers themselves. So you're probably asking yourself, Book, why should I get these speakers? Well, the only thing that I can obviously tell you when it comes to that is you're looking for an alternative to be able to do events of this size and this magnitude. This gives you the option to be able to cover a low amount of people if you didn't want to bring your main setup and you wanted to have an alternative. So I'm not going to use the word beginner, because I think that these may be a little bit more advanced than a beginner, but I will say that it will give you the option, if you're just starting out, to be able to have a solution, because the price tag on these guys is pretty good on the wallet. If I'm not mistaken, you could just about get this entire setup right here, these three speakers, for under $1,500.
I was way off.
I've had my good friend test these out at his event, and here's what he had to say.
You know, after listening to just the two 15s, after just listening to those in full range, I cut the subwoofer off. Honestly, those two 15s would do the job for today. I don't have a lot of room to work with, as you can see. But if I was to just use the two 15s, I think I'd be good. It sounds pretty good though, honestly.
Appreciate you, DJ Mike. So that is my take on these actual speakers. I really cannot give you a sound test on these because you're hearing it through my microphone that's on my chest or even on my camera, and that's not going to give you a realistic sound check. However, you probably can check out your local Guitar Center or wherever speakers are sold to double check the sound on them if you wanted to get a sound check for them. So I appreciate you guys stopping through. If you want to pick up a set of these guys, I've got links down below. Thank you for watching. And if you don't know, now you know.